If only I knew what it takes just now, yeah. In my own way, in my own way, yeah. If only you knew, if only you knew. In my own way, in my own way. Do I go, do I stay? Do I go, do I stay? How do I get out my own way? Hey, 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 hey. I've been practicing courage in my head, yeah. Shadow boxing fears, I ain't did it yet, yeah. Every sign loud, I still second guess, yeah. Calling it patience, it's a nervous step, yeah. I don't question skill, I question when, yeah. I don't fear the work, I fear the win, yeah. What if I move and it all change fast, yeah. What if I don't and I stay in the past, yeah. Standing at the door with my hand on the latch, yeah. Whole future waiting, I'm doing the math, trying to make logic sit next to faith, yeah. Like greatness move on a scheduled date, yeah. And if only you knew, if only you knew. In my own way, in my own way. Do I go, do I stay? Do I go, do I stay? How do I get out my own way? If only you knew, if only you knew. In my own way, in my own way. Do I go, do I stay? Do I go, do I stay? How do I get out my own way? I dress, comfort up like wisdom, call the latest sermon. Say I'm being careful with my steps when I'm really just uncertain. I see myself 10 moves ahead and I freeze at one, protecting who I used to be from who I'm becoming. I don't need another reason why, I already know the cost. Hey, every time I choose the familiar, I forfeit what I want. Fear don't yet negotiate, sound calm, sound reasonable, but greatness never asks politely. It say move when it available. I keep waiting on the moment like it's here, like it's not already here. I keep asking for permission from a voice that sounds like fear. If only you knew, in my own way. Do I go, do I stay? Do I go, do I stay? How do I get out my own way? Knows my name before I ever speak back. Salt in the skin, wind in my hair, standing wet, wide on me sky. I'm aware I look up once, heaven responds. White light moves through, truth carries on. I don't walk alone, never did. Body and clothes keeps me for what I skill. He don't say much, just stands his ground. Every near miss, he was around. I don't need faith to touch her tonight. I carry it all, I carry it fine. Heaven and sin, soaring rain. I'm the bridge, I'm the ground where I stand.
The last time we met, you crossed over into the threshold. You got through that door and then boom, you got lit up. But it's okay because you know why? You're back. You're back for part 2 of the Threshold series. Today we're exploring when you expect others to move like you. This is about the things that you start picking up before everything breaks down. It's that point where you start noticing yourself and you can't shake it anymore. Even though nothing big has happened yet. This is where the conversation changes. It's about readiness. Just readiness. Some of you are already aware, but you're still trying to find your footing. You know something's changed, but you're not running to do anything about it yet. You're paying attention now. This is when it hits you like, oh, it's me, but not in the way that I thought. We're going to be talking about discernment, responsibility, about being real and grounded. There's no pressure here. Know what I mean? Just honesty about how you've been moving and how you've been expecting too much from people. And what happens when you assume people will show up the way you do. I'm not here to push your buttons, though. Far be it from me to do that. This is just about putting things in front of you so you can see them more clearly, right where you are. And in that moment, that's when you realize you can't keep moving the same way and expect it to feel different. Didn't I say that the first time we crossed over into the threshold? I believe we did. But anyway, welcome to Blended Healing. We here today. I'll be right back after this.
That kiss you into place. This ain't a trend, it's ancient flow. She don't heal you, she helps you grow. She breathing moonlight exhale.
Out front of the shop today, this is Holistic Royalty by Kels. We specialize in herbalism, yoga, and nutritional planning. Hi there, how are you?
Great, thank you.
Here's a little info. Come by for a tea sample anytime.
Will do.
Welcome to the grand opening, y'all. This is our tea wall. Everything is blended right here in-house. I poured a little rose and hibiscus for you to start with.
It smells amazing in here.
And over here.
All right, this batch is our lavender citrus blend. The base is shea butter, and I've tinted it with a touch of indigo so you get those dreamy blues. A few drops of sweet orange and lavender.
We're gonna let ribbon this.
And then the heart necklace to top it off.
It's like a little celebration in a box.
Spray, soap, body butter, and then the heart necklace to top it off.
The necklace is my favorite.
She rooted in the rhythm of the trees. Talk sweet pork, calm like teas. Queen Kels with the herbs that speak. She the balance when your soul feel weak. From plant to plate, she walk with grace. Tinctures that kiss you into place. This ain't a trend, this ancient flow. She don't.
When you expect other people to move like you, cue the drama. Cue the drama. It's the setup, baby. Why we even expect it, I don't know. When you expect other people to move like you, that's when things start going sideways. This goes deeper than that. This is about what happens when you assume people are built from the same place you are. They're supposed to carry the same code, the same standards, the same sense of responsibility, just because that's how you move. And most of the time, we don't even realize we're doing that. We see the potential. We tell ourselves, if I would do this for them, then they'll do it for me. And that right there is where the problem starts. That's assumption. You show up the way you do because it's in you. You know what it feels like to need support and not have it. When you care, you don't half step. You don't wait to be asked. You just move. And when that same effort does not come back, then you start questioning yourself. You start replaying the conversations and you wonder if you did too much, if you read it wrong, if you expected something that wasn't fair to expect. The truth is, the questions don't matter when the foundation of it is off. Let me tell you something for real, for real. It's wrong for you to expect somebody to act the way that you would act. That's an insult on you, and that's an insult on them. And it's not fair. People are not the same, and you expect them to act the way that you would act is dead ass wrong. But I'm here to remind you that you weren't wrong on for how you showed up. You were expecting someone to meet you where you stand, and that hadn't even figured out where they're going to, how they're standing. And you expected them to reflect you. They hadn't done the work for themselves yet. And a lot of you know this role too damn well. You're the one who shows up first, who stays when others fall back and holds things together without being asked. You give them what you never got because you remember how it felt not to have it. And then that moment that you need someone, you look around and realize that the same effort is not there. And that's when it hits you upside your damn head. Not just the disappointment. It's the moment when you realize that you assumed way too damn much. They ain't lie to you. They weren't being fake. It's because they were never you. You assumed that they would show up the way you would show up and care the way that you care and put things first the way you do, and they didn't. They just weren't built to move like you, and some people were never able to meet you there in the first place. You got to sit with that. You got to sit with that. You owe yourself an apology, and you damn sure owe them one. Even if you never say it to their face, but you owe it. For real. For real. Sometimes our expectations don't line up right. And when they don't, it'll have you out here heartbroken over people who never even promised you a damn thing. They never said that they would ride for you. They never said they were ready for the level you were operating on. But you expected it. Because that's what you would do. And that's what the chain is right there. That's a chain. You placed your values, your intentions, your code of honor onto somebody else who would never work from that place. You assigned them a role in your life that they never agreed to. And every time they missed the mark, it felt like a betrayal. But it wasn't. It was mismatch. You thought loyalty was universal. You thought love automatically meant effort. You thought that sharing time and space meant shared commitment. But everybody is not built like you. And the more you push people into that image, the more they gonna fade on you. Now you sitting in the dust that was left wounded by a person who only ever existed in your head. What they showed you was who they actually are. The mistake was building them into something they never claimed to be, and you believed that they could do better, that they would do better because you would have. You ever give someone a layout, a scope, right? A way to move, and they still build disorder with it? A plan is a plan, and plans are always subject to change. Facts change, deadlines shift, conditions move. Nothing stays fixed. But when you expect people to follow what you imagine from the start without any deviation, that's misalignment. You're treating expectations like they're final when everything in real life is fluid. That's how false structures get built. And when they fall, it feels like everything collapsed. What really happened was exposure. You were shown who they are and who you hope that they become. They were always showing you their level. And you just kept rewriting the script. You made excuses. You stayed attached to who they might be instead of who they actually are. And that's the trap. That's the agreement you signed by yourself. Go ahead. You can marinate on that. You in the threshold now. It gets better. It gets better. You have to stop trying to manage people's personalities. You know? Stop shaping how they move to fit whatever story you're telling yourself. And stop acting surprised when they drop a role you put them in without their consent. This isn't a movie, man. Nobody is your co-star unless they say they are. And even then, they still might not show up. You've been writing people into chapters that were never meant to be in. And when it falls apart, you fall out behind it like, yo. That's what happens when you forget it was a solo act. You have to release them, man. Stop forcing people into things that they are not. Stop. Stop hurting yourself emotionally, mentally, physically with expectations that only you agreed to. Move out of the fantasy and come back to reality. Let people show you who they are. And when they do, believe it. Change the role or close the chapter. Oof, I know. I'll be right back.
Happy Valentine's Day. Be on the lookout for a Valentine's special on JamaicaEssentials.com.
The Petite 9x6 Valentine box opens to a cobalt and silver collection, a 3-ounce body spray with silver atomizer, a 4-ounce tin of whipped
A cooling aromatherapy spray with notes of sea salt and lavender, a smooth ocean blue soap that shimmers like water, rich body moisture that sinks right in, and a grounding bracelet with...
Inside the premium 10x8 Valentine box, every element is chosen to pamper. A 4-ounce body spray and an 8-ounce body wash.
A
Cobalt Blue aromatherapy spray with a silver pump, carrying our Royal Azure fragrance. There's a whipped hydrating body moisture, matching body wash, also in Royal Azure.
Yeah, we shine, nothing less. Drip so divine, body magic in the air. She make her got the vibe, self-love everywhere. Essentials only keep it real, no stress.
There's only 2 days left. Today is January the 31st. In order for you to get the early bird special, you would have to subscribe to the website for notifications. And then you will receive an email with an additional $5 off coupon for Valentine's Day. So, like I said, February the 2nd at 11:59 p.m., it's no longer valid. So make sure that you sign up to get that email. All right. Whew, child. This is a lot. You have already established that you don't move the way most people do. Known fact. The only time you really respond is when something needs your attention. Check. If something feels like it needs care, you step in. Check. That's just how you operate. And you're not doing that to put a spotlight on yourself or make yourself feel special. You do it because you know what it feels like from personal experience. And that's why it feels different when other people don't move the same way. They disconnect messes with your head. Here's where people get stuck. They expect everybody else to treat moments, people, and commitments the way that they would. Some people don't notice what you notice. Some don't feel the urgency the way you do, and some people don't take things seriously until it blows up in their face. That doesn't make them evil. It just means that they're operating from a different level of awareness. The mistake is trying to pull them into your way of moving instead of accepting what they already shown you. You keep waiting for people to catch what you already saw, and when they don't, you feel let down, and that expectation will keep tripping you up. This isn't about being better than anybody. This is about being honest about the difference. You can't keep expecting people to meet you somewhere they've never stood before. That's how you end up frustrated, drained, and questioning yourself. Things start to change when you stop looking for mirrors everywhere you go. And stop assuming people are supposed to give the same effort you give. They're not going to move like you. Nobody really is. Everybody is their own person. Once you stop arguing with that reality, things are going to get a little easier. You don't have to explain yourself. And you don't have to keep adjusting. You don't have to keep playing or replaying situations trying to figure out what went wrong. Nothing went wrong. They're just differences. You can have your moment, pass out, all of that. But if you need to. But it's not going to change the outcome. Stop trying to force people to follow your pace and stop show up differently. The people who move like you won't need convincing. You won't have to explain yourself to death. Good Lord. The exchange will feel mutual without all that effort. And that's what like-minded people feel like. Until then, don't play yourself small. You better not. You owe yourself honesty about who's actually walking with you and who never was. Can I tell you something? Woo, child. You finally made it through. And this is the moment where you start finally feeling a little lighter. When you stop expecting you from other people, that causes a whole lot of unnecessary pain. Now it's finally ready to get dropped off. You have been through enough that you hear it repetitively. So, you got it? You got it? You got it? Good. You got to stop hurting yourself over situations that you created in your own head. And stop getting upset over people who were never built to show up the way you do. And stop giving access to people who don't know what to do with it. Things settle when you're no longer trying to convince people to care, to follow through, or meet you where you are. And then you realized that they were never your role. Mm-mm. Not at all. And you were doing way too much trying to make something make sense that already showed you what it was. Good tea. And that's when you start noticing what actually fits in your life without making a lot of effort. People who don't need reminders, who don't disappear when things get real, who don't make you question yourself after every interaction that you have with them. And somewhere in all of that, you become the person for yourself. You stop waiting for somebody else to give you what you're supposed to give yourself. You got to stop confusing intensity with connection. You just need space to move the way that you move without having to explain or apologize for it. I mean, we are all spirits living in a human experience. So, emotion is part of it all. But when somebody can't meet you there, you adjust your access. That's the real change. That's the relief. And that's what freedom actually looks like. So the next time you catch yourself thinking that they should have, remind yourself real quick they didn't. And that's okay. You just move different now. And you keep moving. And that's it, and that's all. I'm done. You survived. Good Lord, you survived. That was body blows. You was in the ring with Tyson, man. Type shit. But anyway, that's it. That's all. I'm done. I said what I said. Mouthpiece will be on this afternoon around 2:30ish or so. You know, always a good show with Mouthpiece on everything. The link is in the chat. Be well, stay safe. Bye.
If only I knew what it takes just now, yeah. In my own way, in my own way, yeah. If only you knew, if only you knew. In my own way, in my own way. Do I go, do I stay? Do I go, do I stay? How do I get out my own way? Hey, 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 hey. I've been practicing courage in my head, shadow boxing fears.
Yeah, let's move it out now. Big relentless up in this. It's big mouthpiece. Oh, you ain't know. That ain't love, that's like hatred. Come on, brother. Why you niggas still on fake shit? Come on, brother. How you black but you a racist? Come on, brother. She sleeping with a twin husband, see this tasteless. Come on, sister. Time to take it back to the king queen shit. Come on, sister. Time to take it back to the king queen shit. Come on, brother. It's time to take it back to the king queen shit. Come on, brother. It's time to take it back. Come on, it's time to emergency. Time to get moving with urgency. Big mouthpiece back to get this shit sold up like surgery. Shout out to DJ King Miller and all those that work in the church. Can't waste no time, we better do it in a hurry. Set a date at 9 or probably even 9:30. Why they so quick to talk down but slow to show love to me? Quick to eat off the table but won't plan me, want something for me. I gave them my open arms, now they acting like they don't know me. I needed some direction, that's when Queen Money Tide told me. Focus on the bag, all that nonsense is below me. So turn me up, don't be shady, press that like up for me. Hey, you can't look down on your brother, I used to swipe from the corner store cause I was hungry. Instead of respecting my grind, how you go throw shade on me? Big brother hate my guts, tryna chop off my feet, but I am not Toby. Haters be praying on my downfall, but be acting like we homies. That ain't love, that's like hatred. Come on, brother. Why you niggas still on fake shit? Come on, brother. How you black but you a racist? Come on, brother. She sleeping with a twin husband, see that's tasteless. Come on, sister. Time to take it back to that king queen shit. Come on, sister.